Yeah, so good morning, everyone. I'm Mike from the AI Art Magazine, and we have Ingo and Vladi joining today. Thanks for joining. Um, Let me give you a little bit of context. We've been running an open call recently for edition one of our AI Art Magazine, and Ingo had been one of the jury members. Thank you for thank you for that, Ingo, and who has been curating the magazine out of all of those submissions. And in order to spice up things a little bit, we equipped every jury member with one golden ticket. So the idea is this golden ticket can be awarded to one artist for a very special work. And we have Vladi here who received his golden ticket from Ingo. And we thought we
Thanks, yeah.
make a little, yeah, thanks for joining. And we thought we make a little live stream and have a quick chat about this process and about the golden ticket in generally. So maybe we can start with Ingo. Maybe you can explain a little bit who you are and why you selected the work, and I will also show the
Sure.
work, of course.
Absolutely great. Yeah. Thanks, Mike, for the introduction. I'm a bit sick, so but I hope you can hear me well. So yeah, my name is Ingo. I'm part of that jury, so which was really an honor, to be honest, because I think it has had a lot of multiple first times. So this genre of AI art is clearly something which is developing, and to be honest, being in a jury that tries to find the best kind of art created, yeah, really has to find itself as well in the beginning. So it was an interesting process to say, how do we judge this? So is craft and kind of creativity, which we kind of used as the most important axis of our judgment. How do you connect them, and how do you make sure that you really understand it, and how do you make sure that you are coming close to what the artist was thinking about? But because in the end, somebody, and Vladi, you had something in mind when you were prompting, and so it was really was an interesting process and how to find out what should be the best. So my name is Ingo. I'm a part of this jury. Mike and I, we know each other for, I don't know, 20, 30 years through various roles. We have been working together on a very interesting, very early stage internet projects for a while. So I'm now at the moment part of the board of Service Plan, which is a very art-oriented company as well. Our House of Communication in Munich is full of the art of the private collection of the family Haller. And so I'm very deep into that and really like it to have it as an environment. So it's something which is enriching lives. So I'm really close to it. And personally, I'm an engineer, so more in the technical part of it. So AI is my daily work in terms of how to use it in professional environments and how to make things more efficient. So and that's why I was so intrigued to be part of it, to use it for the aesthetic part of it, to create creative part of it, and kind of be around in a genre which is a bit beyond what I'm doing in my daily life, which I really appreciated. So it was great, and to be honest, your picture, Vladi, and I'm very honored to talk to you personally today. Was really
Thank you.
something which caught me in the very beginning when I saw it. So I was pretty clear from so we had, I think, more than 300 different pieces of work, pieces of art, and I was really intrigued by this picture because it was such an impressive kind of environment, the idea, the situation you caught, from my perspective, was full of things I knew, but was totally saying something else that I knew. So this kind of very classic scenery with a lot of classic symbols. So with an overall, I would put into an African environment, about a kind of a very a stage in time, which is pretty a while ago, but kind of it used some very modern symbols. So I think it somehow translate from an overall a lot of African symbols in there, but it translates into a European setting. And so I've been, and of course, kind of transferring from a picture that normally would have been full of men. I think is kind of this character on the very frontier, which very clear and steep view, is a woman, which is kind of transferring a lot of the overall setting into something which is different to what you expect. So the cow, clearly something being for a European setting, and so it contributes a lot, kind of changing legacies. doing things from my perspective that are different today. I'm not sure how to interpret the money, but that's something it's not me to talk about too much. I think I would be interested what you thought about it, because overall it's full of kind of opposites. It feels like it's very rich to read. So it's not something which is kind of coming to your face. You really have to suck it in and understand, hey, what's going on here? So it's a very rich scenery. A lot of symbols in there, which I personally interpreted. So I might be totally off, but I'm really interested to understand what you feel. But I think the composition and the play with the light, I liked very much. So in the first place, it looks very dark, but in the end, you can see everything, and it has some mysterious dark parts in the picture, which give you more room for thought thinking about it. So from our perspective, really full and rich. Comparing it to a lot of other things, I felt it was one of the deepest pictures I saw. I was really happy to look at it, and I did the same. So I did the judging for myself, and then I had a group of people kind of helped me to kind of get me right, and so we were all very convinced that this is a very, very nice and great piece of art. So it was
Thank you very much.
So that's my 2 cents, I'm not a pro in kind of judging art, but I felt it was a really, really nice piece of work.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ingo, both for contributing as a jury member and helping us with that, and also for joining this call and your very detailed explanation of how you about your thoughts about the art of Vladi. So Vladi, maybe over to you, the artist. So what's maybe you can also introduce yourself a little bit and tell us about what your thoughts were when you created this piece.
Hi. Firstly, thank you, Mike. Thank you, Ingo, for this for this introduction. Thank you, A Art for magazine for the invitation. Ingo. Yeah, I think you touch really what I try to make there. I'm really pleased that this symbol and my representation spoke to you. So I'm pretty glad. I try to in my artwork. Oh, firstly, I'm Vladi. On Instagram, Wuh.ey. This is my nickname, artist nickname. I always touch art, or I always create it, and AI came in my life for 2 years, I'll say, today, sorry. And it developed over the time, and I found my way through AI or through generative art, and that's one of the piece I did, and you understood it well. I try to, as you can see, I'm a mix. I'm from a West African background, and European or French, more to say. I'm born in Paris. And my art try to mix these two worlds. I don't want to. Two worlds is a bit big, but these are two cultures that try to mix them. That's why you saw so many African symbol, but also these European style. I also studied art, so this whole traditional European art is also maybe represented in what I did. And I like this contrast. That's why you had a woman in the front. Thank you to show it. The men in the back, or these are figures in the back. These are light and dark. This is also I also try to put a bit some social characters or social element in my artwork, and that's why you were asking about the money. This is also one of the symbol. I think this is in our societies one of the biggest symbol. I try to put it inside or incorporate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, if anyone from the audience has a question, just drop it in the notes. In the meantime, Ingo, I have a question for you. I mean, we had this huge number of contributions. How was it for you as a jury member, like to navigate around those artworks? Was it difficult, or were they all on a very high level, or how would you?
It was really difficult because actually, as I said in the beginning, it's kind of feels like a new genre. Mm-hmm. So in the way how you look at it, is how do you judge on the one hand the creativity which is behind it, so what the expression, so what want the artist to say, and on the other hand having it suddenly a technical thing. So you would never, I think, the judgment of a painted picture with normal colors and so on. I think you're normally not focusing too much on the kind of did he use the brush in the right way? So this is something which you wouldn't. Yeah, okay. Of course, craft is an important part in judging art for sure. But sometimes it's by the experiment and there's a totally new tool to experiment with it. So the expressions, there's still a creative process behind it. So there's an artist who thinks about it, and then he uses a totally new tool to kind of bring it on the canvas. I felt it was really hard to understand. So what do you judge here? So is it still only the creative idea? Is it the way how they use the tool? I think we decided as a jury to kind of go with two axes in our setup. So we said the technical use, the technical craft, and the creativity, and put this into kind of a frame, and gave it numbers, which pretty linear. And all the jury members did this on their own, and then we had a joint session and we looked at it, and of course it was a very diverse result. In the end, we had clear winners, so you were one of them, Vladi. But we had I think the spread was pretty sizable. So that's why I think it was really hard to say, do we already have judgment criteria of what is good and not so good? So I think that's in the making. So that's why I felt it was a very entrepreneurial and pioneering part of a jury. So I think we discussed a lot. How do we judge by, for example, what the artists have done additional to the picture they handed in? Did they hand in their best picture, or did they hand in something which they wanted to test? And just look at the different kind of expressions in there. So using very interesting kind of ways of expression. I think it was really tough. It was a tough process, but I really loved it. It was really nice to see, and Mike did a fantastic job in having a very diverse jury as well. So with a lot of very different people with very different backgrounds. So it was good conversation. But we decided next time, if I would be part of the jury again, we would meet in a room and really give the art something like a room-filling environment and say, sit together in front of it, look at, consume it, suck it in, and really feel what it does with us in the room as a joint experience. I think that's something which I would really appreciate, because it adds a social piece of it as well if the group comes together and thinks about it, which I would appreciate. But
thank you, Ingo. I really would love to sit with all of you in a room, and thank you for the nice compliment. And I'm super proud about this jury. I think we had a fantastic jury coming together, but at the same time it was an international jury, so we will see if we get the funding to fly in everyone for edition number 2. But it would be really amazing.
We had one jury member. We had one jury member from Mexico, so I'm happy to invite us all to Mexico and then sit in Mexico. Why not?
Yeah, why not? So, Vladi, one question for you. This work that we've just been seeing, like, does this stand for on its own, or is it part of a series?
As you, this is a part of a series. As you already know, our works generative tools. That's always this is always try and error. So on the same prompt, there is many variation. And so I always come with every series with 3, 4, 5 artwork, and that's a part of it. This is one of them. my favorite.
Very nice. Yeah, we liked it quite a lot as well. So what are your plans? Are you working on something else at the moment, or?
Since I started, I think I did prompt every night since 2 years. So I'm always working, and I got another series. That I was in West Africa for not so long time ago, and I came out with many ideas that I have to produce, and I'm working on it at the moment.
Which country are you?
I'm half Togolese, Togolese, Beninese, this area.
Yeah, I'm regularly in Uganda. So I have a charity. We are doing boreholes in Uganda for 15 years now. So pretty happy to be there all the time and really enjoy the culture and the people there. So it's an amazing continent actually.
Definitely.
Well, it's as wrong to talk about Africa as it's wrong to talk about Europe, to be honest. The only thing it's a continent with so many different cultures, so many different heritages as well, which is amazing. So just one question I would ask on the process of prompting, because you said, well, it's so experimental, and actually you don't have a deterministic partner in creating, so because same prompt, different results seems not to be deterministic. But how do you find out your perfect process and how kind of talking to the machine? So how did you? So it's not only it's not accidentally created. Yeah? So you started to kind of play with the words, play with So how can you maybe talk a bit about this process, because that becomes more the kind of the instrument of the creative process.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I started, I think, for 2 years ago or 1.5 with DALL-E 3, and that was only a game at the start. But I noticed that there was way more to do with it, and I started to work with it, and I started to I don't want to say create, but to understand this vocabulary switch between the machine and me, and then they start to take shape, and of course I train some models, but the main thing is more this introspection in this conversation with the machine. So I learn from myself. I can dig into symbol or ideas, and and at the same time I can precise my vocabulary, and this is this effect that I worked on, and what you can see actually.
Amazing. It's very interesting. Thank you.
So thank you very much, everyone, for joining this call. I think that was super interesting to get a bit of an insight. We are still super busy to get out our edition #1. It will be finished on December 6th, and we're really looking forward to also see your essay, Ingo, and your work printed in this edition. And I think it will be great. So thank you very much for contributing. And
thank you.
Thanks, Mike.